Hello, a very good evening to you. Welcome to Business. Group CEO of the investment firm and financial house, Emmanuel Adusah-Akodie, has reacted to the suit by the receiver of the defunct Capital Bank and says the company will consider other legal options against the complainant. Emmanuel Adusah-Akodie was responding to a story in My Joy Online which indicated the defunct Capital Bank has gone to court to recover over 100 million Ghana cedis being debt owed it by CDH Financial Holdings and CDH Savings and Loans. He says the suit is unnecessary and stressed his company will go to court to resolve the issue.
The suit itself is very funny. They don't make a distinction between CDH as a holding company and CDH Savings and Loans. As a matter of fact, for defaming the name of Savings and Loans, we're going to bring an action against them. You see, but my problem is it's very infantile. When we have a discussion and we're going through the processes, you don't run to court. We try and resolve this around a table. Do you want us to also go around suing all the financial institutions where we put the money? I tell you how much we have claim against them. It's immense. So we're all trying to resolve this around the table. It's a business. People hold positions, they may be illiquid, but it will be paid over a period. So why this? And then that thing about the Bank of Ghana should withdraw the license if they own it. It's very childish. It's quite infantile. Actually, this is what happened. We went to court in the initial stages, and their rate was defective. So we threw it out, and they were upset. You people, so this is what we are going to do. We will show you. We will embarrass you. They've said it many times. So it's just an attempt. But I think, the business world, you put emotions and embarrassments aside. This is the things that we have to really sit around the table. We're very upset. We'll look at our legal option. We called where the money was. The MD came in, the shareholder came in, the shareholder of the banks, the bank we're talking about, and the MD, we all sat in a meeting and said, okay, how do we pay them? We're like a post office. The money came, we placed it. So we thought, okay, we'll try and resolve it, only for us to see this. Rather, it's most unfortunate. We are business people. Do you want me to publish the list of all the people who owe me in the papers? Come on, that's not how you do business.
Away from that, Nigeria loses in excess of $10 million a day as a result of gas flaring. That's according to petroleum economist Professor Omowumi Ilaride, who is worried this could be the case of Ghana or even worse if steps are not taken to manage the situation. He made this call at the Society of Petroleum Engineers technical lecture on the topic, Local Content Impact on Oil and Gas Economy, Lessons from Nigeria.
Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has a zero gas flaring policy. There's still much concern about some flaring activities which still persist on the offshore fields. It is against this backdrop that petroleum economist Professor Omowumi Ilaride has urged the managers of Ghana's oil and gas industry to take a cue from Nigeria's situation. According to him, despite Nigeria's control over the situation, the country still records significant losses.
The potential is not limited to what you are doing now. You just need to, and in terms of your local content, you don't have to be in a hurry because the working capital is not there locally and the skills are just still emerging. But what GNPC did recently by instituting chairs to develop skills, I think is commendable. Corporate social responsibility. Gas flaring. But Nigeria is making strides. It used to be more than 20-30%. Today is less than, it's about 10% that is being flared. But still a lot of money for gas to power conversion.
The SP Technical Lecture brought together players in the oil and gas sector to discuss the impact of local content on the country's oil and gas economy. According to the chair of Technical and Distinguished Lecture Committee at SP Ghana, Dr. Riversen Opon, the country's oil and gas sector still leaves much resource untapped.
On the Jubilee Field alone, if we're supposed to produce or refine our share in terms of royalties, income tax, and our 13.3% as the PSA agreement says, we're supposed to earn about $180 billion extra money if you're supposed to, go according to the value chain in the oil and gas industry.
In a related development, the Dean of Graduate School at the Ghana Technology University College, Dr. Ebenezer Malcolm, is calling for a review of the tertiary school's technical and pre-vocational skills curriculum.
We are exploring oil in Ghana. How many technicians or people we have in the middle level manpower in the industry? So we rely too much on expatriates to come and even take care of our rigs. If there's any problem with any of the installations, we have to wait till these people come in to repair them. What are we doing to train that critical mass of middle-level technicians to take care of that? And that is where the problem lies.
The Society of Petroleum Engineers SP Technical Lecture was on the topic, Local Content Impact on Oil and Gas Economy, Lessons from Nigeria. Besmak Ousa, Joy Business.
The Joy Prime Made in Ghana Fair officially ended on Monday evening, and exhibitors say the entire event has been worthwhile. The third edition of the Made in Ghana Fair saw everything made in Ghana up for sale at massive discounts. Charles Aite passed by the event before it closed and has more of this report.
This is a packed Gakenke in that regard. It could last for almost 2 to 3 years, to tell me. And we could all find this one plus many others at the Made in Ghana Fair. We get to speak to exhibitors and as well adult patrons about this year's event and what they make of it going forward.
This is my stand. The name is Magmeg Enterprise. The experience has been good. This is my first time of attending Joy FM Fair. Made in Ghana Fair, and it's been very great. The experience is nice, really. Patronage was good. People really came.
The thing that I've learned is Ghanaians has really learned that at least there is a Ghanaian company that can actually produce a foreign product, because sometimes when the customers comes around and you are trying to explain that these products are locally made, they tend to doubt you.
I bought some of our products, especially the FCL like this, and then the following day the lady came here to testify. Actually, this is for women, solely for women, you know, for menstrual orders and menstrual disorder, cramps and all that. She came back to testify that yes, indeed, the FCL is a very quality product.
That was during the fair?
Yeah, that's just this fair, you know.
It has been cool so far because it's a shito product. Chana shito is a new shito product in town. So we need to let the people know the main purpose of the shito, which you can eat with bread and everything. And with one time about chana shito, it goes with everything. So with the customer, we just make them to understand that you can eat it with anything at all that you want to eat it. So we just talk to them and they understand. And you see, we have a nice package here. Wow. This one goes for 60 cedis, and we just tell them, and because of the package, they just like to buy it.
It has been good so far. We started on a slow note, but things started picking up, and it has been good. I think it's cool, and we even thank Multimedia for adding a day to it because we didn't even expect it. It was a surprise, and we are grateful.
It was massive. People came in and they were buying, and it was so entertaining as well. I was so impressed.
It's an originally made fugu in that regard, and I'm already loving it right here under this very stand. And you can get all these ones at 10% discount at the Made in Ghana Fair. Just a few hours to go for the entire fair to end, but it's all about Made in Ghana. It's all about selling the Ghanaian culture. It's all about having to rake in much more revenue from the Ghanaian industries in order to boost revenue base and of course increase the export base of Ghanaian products here in the country. And that's what the entire Ghana Made in Ghana Fair is all about. For Joy Business, I'm Charles Aite reporting here at the Junction Mall, Nungua.
So you don't have to miss out in next year's edition. And on that note, to wrap up this evening's edition of Business on Joy News Prime, my name is Emmanuel Apuaji Riafi. Have a good evening.